So when a single mom and her 2 kids arrive in a small town, they begin to discover that the connection to the original Ghostbusters and the secret legacy of the grandfather left behind.
That's the description.
Right. Which didn't seem to have anything to do with the film, I might add.
Well, I had a question. Was there a Ghostbusters in 2016? I could have sworn there was one with women in it. How does this follow that one? Or how is it related? It's not.
It's not. Thank God.
I didn't see the 2016.
I didn't mind the 2016 Ghostbusters, but it certainly wasn't. It didn't have the same feel as the original. You know, I really liked all the echoing that this did to the original. And I thought maybe that they had blown that when we were in the middle of nowhere, but they kept bringing familiar elements back in as the film went along, just to make you go, oh yeah, that's right. Oh, those are, this and that. Yeah. You know,
but I felt like it was a little, I liked that, but at the same time, I thought the stuff that wasn't about, okay, this is weird. I think I like the stuff that was not about Ghostbusters. Like, I like the story about this family in the town and the teacher, Paul Rudd, becoming friends with. I like that story more than I did about the whole ghost thing. And the other thing, it was all just for nostalgia to be nostalgia, wasn't it? Like, it was kind of like...
It was, but you didn't see Matrix.
No, actually, I did see Matrix. Oh, no, I haven't seen the new one. No.
The new one, yeah.
No, I have not seen the new one.
Because it went so far out that you were like, yeah, I don't care anymore. This one did a good job of holding the line, you know?
Well, that was the 4th Matrix movie, and this is like technically probably the 3rd, I guess, if you really think about it that way. Right, if you don't count the 2016 one, right? I don't know. But anyway, I wouldn't say Ghostbusters 2 was great. Because I remember watching that one.
No.
No, I just thought this was good. Well, Ivan Reitman wrote the 2016 one, and I thought it was interesting that he wasn't listed as one of the writers on this one, but his son obviously took over, put his own little spin on it. I just thought that some of the references were too just nostalgia, just to be nostalgia. It wasn't really important, and it didn't really I didn't really care that much. I mean, I love the Ghostbusters. The first one is amazing. I love that movie.
Right.
But it's like, I mean, okay, the car was cool, but I was more into like having the story. The story about the family was more interesting to me than the whole Ghostbusters thing. But I did like how they handled kind of Dan Aykroyd coming in there. I like how they kind of brought him in. But I thought it was weird, the scene where he was on the phone. It was really awkward to me. Like he kept changing his hand. I'm like, I don't know what was going on with that. And why would he tell the person everything about his life? Like, he didn't even know who the person was, and he was like, well, you know, he pissed me off.
You can tell that guy to go to hell.
So it seemed a little awkward. Like, a lot of the dialogue was awkward for me, I think.
But you know what? Here's the thing. But anytime that you do a sequel, you have to tie it. I think you're being silly about. You have to tie it to the original film, and I think that they did it in nostalgic and awesome way, considering it's been way more than 20 years.
What I'm saying is you have to crowbar all this stuff in, because a majority of the people that are watching this probably have never seen the first one. So do you need to really retell the story?
Yes, you do.
Why?
Because Ghostbusters is a incredibly popular film. I mean, I made sure that we went and I watched Ghostbusters with all my grandchildren before we went this on. I mean, you know, it's a progression.
It just seemed a little crowbarred, and like, oh, decades later, oh yeah, that thing that happened in Manhattan 50 years ago. Yeah, I'm just saying it was a little awkward. The way it was written was bothering me. I think that's what it was. They just kind of crowbarred a bunch of stuff in and make people that saw the movie originally, like me, go,
oh, I remember that. I remember the Marshmallow Man. Oh, that's so sweet.
Of all the things I thought that show, crowbarring the history of Ghostbusters in was not one of them. Not even that much of a. Not even that much.
Okay, well, that's not very much.
Well, that's so just to let you know where you're what part of the iceberg you're on.
That's how much That's how much chili flakes I'm allowed to put in the taco. Because
That's
my family is so weak
right.
that they can only handle a little tiny bit of chili flakes. But I would put like this much in. But anyway, I just made tacos tonight, and it wasn't hot enough for me.
So I mean, come on, you had to love the Ghostbuster machine with the slide out seats and stuff, right?
Oh, of course. Well, I mean, I loved that when I first saw it in 1984.
Wow! Whoa! Getting nostalgic, are you?
No, I did like the fact that it was it was the
Well,
granddaughter that was in this.
Aren't you glad they just crowbarred that in?
I like the connection with the that was the only reason why it made sense, because there was a connection with the grandfather. And then the scenes with the grandfather, I mean, I'm telling too much. But anyway, there were some scenes with where you saw something, helping something, doing something, and they all said, "Oh, look at the something. Oh, that's interesting."
I just gotta tell you, I just loved every frame of this film.
I just felt like they were sleepwalking through their cameos. They were like, "Oh, let's just kind of do our thing, make our money," and
but wait a minute.
And the guy that had the best gig was the dead guy.
Yeah, no, that's true. But you gotta think about, a group that was led by Bill Murray. It's not like they didn't sleepwalk.
Well,
through
Bill
it.
Murray sleepwalks through every movie, right? But that's what makes him great.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know how you can tell the difference in regards to that, but I love the logic that they built of it. The way that they built the and I have to tell you, the best hanging blanket. I think that this should get an Academy Award for the best hanging blanket film ever. I mean, ever. It was like just the shot of that blanket was like.
I did like the ghost that was eating everything, because that was a callback to the original, but they didn't have to explain it. You see what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have to go like, "Oh, right. That looks like the ghost they first saw in that tower." You know what I'm saying? They didn't have to explain it. You don't have to explain everything. That's my point. Like, the new people, like the 20-year-olds who probably never saw Ghostbusters, can probably understand the movie if you don't have to say, "Oh, this thing happened 20 years ago." And they said it more than once. I was like, how many times are they going to say that?
Wow, you're such a...
No, I actually, it sounds like I hated it, but I really didn't hate it.
Really? What the hell is wrong with you?
No,
I
was watching a Ghostbusters movie.
No, you don't hate this film. You're just hating on this film. And that's
here's
different.
my problem.
It's a sport.
Well, I'm watching a Ghostbusters movie, and I'm enjoying the stuff that's not even about Ghostbusters more. I'd rather see a movie about Paul Rudd and this family that moves to town, and I don't care about the ghost stuff after I see that. So
yeah, but which is really funny, because if there was one thing that did hit a clinker, it was that there was absolutely no chemistry between Paul Rudd and the mom, right? I mean,
it was awkward.
No, they honest to God, they looked like they absolutely hated each other and were just barely tolerating standing on the same set at the same time.
Well, don't you think it was? Well, if you're in a small town like that, you kind of have to take what you get, right?
Well,
it's the only girl that
absolutely, but we're not in a small town. We're making a movie. And you know how I could tell that? It's because nobody took it once. Nobody said, "Oh, wait a minute, I've got to take a leak." That's how you can tell you're in a movie.
That's a good point.
Just saying.
I don't know. I think some of these, I don't know. I felt like they should have just tried to follow this 2016. Even though I've never seen it, but haven't heard good things about it. But they should have tried to revamp that. Why not just follow that storyline?
Oh no, it was
that bad. Because I feel like this is like, oh, let's just act like that never happened and make another one.
Yeah, I don't know how to tell you that as much as you think that this was overtied to the original, that one was not overtied to the original and didn't give you the feeling. It literally gave you a feeling of Ghostbusters,
That reminds me, I've been shopping at Aldi lately. I've just discovered this place. And
Oh,
all the brands are like, it's not like Honey Oat Cheerios. It's like
Hammy's, you get us a 6-pack of Diet Cork.
Yeah, Diet Cork. Yes. But no, so well, I think maybe I'd like that more. Then maybe I should watch that. It has nothing to do with it. Well, I thought the second Ghostbusters was entertaining, but it wasn't great. And then this one, I enjoyed this one, but I found myself liking the story that was the side story more than I liked the actual story, which is kind of sad.
Well, you see, the other thing though is that the 2016 one, it really had the feeling of being written by a guy for a bunch of women, because
well, it was written by Ivan Reitman.
Yeah,
wasn't it? Or he was one of the writers.
The way that they related to each other and the way that they talked to each other was very. It just didn't seem. It seemed like the only thing that was women about them was the fact that they were women.
Okay, well.
I'm sorry. I am sorry that you had such a bad time.
I like the special effects. I liked the different look that Ivan Reitman obviously has a different. I mean, Jason Reitman obviously has a different style than his dad, and it's a little darker, which I kind of like. So
it is a little darker, but he understands putting a group, using an ensemble cast.
And with some of the actors that aren't so stellar, he still made it work. I'm not going to mention any actors, but there are a couple that was like,
especially a little one that had a website.
Right. I was like, well, there's a couple cringeworthy lines that were in there, but I was like, oh well. Moving on. Yeah. But I mean, I enjoyed it so much. I enjoyed it. Number 2 in regards to Ghostbusters, and in that one. As far as my second in line. I don't know. I still need to watch Ghostbusters 2 again, because I know I caught it on TV a couple times and I didn't hate it, even though it was bad.
Yeah. I just remember it as being a retread of the original and not particularly.
It was a continuation of the original.
What I do like, though, is that they
like it literally happened right after the original, if I remember right. Like it was like the next day or something.
It was working in the same, it was literally working in the same night.
Right.
From the same night.
Well, anyway, so what would you rate it then?
Oh no, I really liked it. I want a 4.1.
See, I think it's an age thing. It's like nostalgia is more important when you're like 65 and you're breathing hard and you're like, oh, that was nice. I remember that happened in the 80s. Oh, but see me, I'm like, okay, I still have like, some energy left.
Wow.
I'm trying to be a dick, but I broke my character there. Sorry.
That was kind of it wasn't that was like Aldi's for Dick. It was
I broke my character, so I shouldn't have started laughing. I should have kept it. But anyway, no, I think I'm kind of at a 3.5. I'm a little bit above average.
You just blow chunks, don't you?
I'd actually probably give it another chance to watch it again.
This is only a gap of 0.6 points.
It's not that much.
I feel that we couldn't be further apart on this. I feel deep down inside that we couldn't be further apart.
Well, it's like when you're negotiating in an auction. Somebody has to walk away.
You gotta know when to hold them. Know when to fold them. Know when to walk away. I know when to run.
That's like one of the best songs ever. I don't know why I like it, but I like that song.
Oh my God, The Gambler?
Yeah, I love that song.
I gotta admit, there is one song that I like by him. It's the one Being on the Road.
Right.
Yeah, I like that one. So.